everybody. Yes, you just saw the intro again if you're watching on Twitch. That's because I'm going to make 2 videos out of this. And this one is going to be on the Lachi event, I think it's called. Like where you go and... well, I'll show you in a second here. Let me load in as this ship and we'll queue up real quick. After I make sure my abilities... Alright, all my abilities are good. Yep. And it looks like we're good to go. Yep. And yep. Okay. Cool. So we're gonna hit start. Lachi Alert Weekend. It is a PvE event queue. The Lachi are back. Help stop them from activating Iconian Gateway. You earn extra 50% marks. Fleet, Rymelin, Omega, Nakare, Dyson Sphere, Undine, Delta, Iconian, Temporal, Terran, Lucari, or Competitive. Pretty cool. So, yeah. That's what we're going to do. Do my camera. And yes, if it looks like I'm tired, I am. I was laid in bed most of the day because I haven't been feeling good. But I finished Lost in Space today, and I will say, just like most newer shows that are based on older properties, the first season sets up everything with what you think it's going to be about. So without getting into any like spoilers or nothing, the first season legitimately sets up how they're lost in space. It doesn't like just jump into it like the first episode. They get lost in space and they're lost in space from there on out. It takes the first season to do it, and there are a lot of changes from what I've heard from the original series. But I think it's better television than most other television out there. And if you're just joining, I got my Star Trek engineer, what do you call this, pajama set on, because I wanted to show it off, because that's how much of a nerd I am right now. We are flying in my Castle Grayskull, which is a Jem'Hadar Dreadnought carrier. And I'm trying to get up far enough where I don't have to get shot. Alright, this should be close enough. Start launching my escorts. I am using the Jem'Hadar space set, which is the deflector engines and shields. I have some other random, what do you call, random warp core on. I really don't know what it is, but it is what it is. Really, all you do in here is you have to protect these ships that are trying to shut down this gate. And that is what I'm trying to do. And I just realized I lost a fighter. Which sucks, but, you know. This is a task force deprived of Romulan, Klingon, and Federation, I believe. I'm just going to circle around here. Get my guys out. Pretty much my engineers, they sit still and don't get shot, and then they shoot everything. Or not don't get shot, they get shot and are supposed to be the main target of everything. So I like to fly like straight at things, pop a couple threatening shots or threatening stances, and hope everything shoots at me. And excuse me, I had a burp. It was a nasty one. Drop that forever. It needs a healing. This is a command vessel as well. But it does not have the command abilities, which is a little sad to me. But it lets me use my healing circle of greatness. And we just circle around and keep everybody alive. If we can turn. That's the biggest problem with me, is turning. Looks like somebody's coming in with the Galaxy Dreadnought, which is really awesome. Drop that back down. So I can't even tell what that fast little bugger's in. I'm here to catch things that make it past them. I'm not really worried about killing everything and being the star of the show. But I will sit here and support. Here these guys come. Okay, so they added a new sound cue whenever you use Protonic Officer or Photonic Officer. That's pretty cool. It's the EMH. Please state the reason for your emergency or something, some line like that. Biggest thing with science, or not science, but engineering vessels, if you're playing a tank, is make sure you can shoot everything. So broadside. Don't turn your front or your rear to the vessel. Turn your side to the vessel. Unless somehow the reason you're doing cannons. Because this ship can have cannons on it. Which is very shocking. Same time, And we fire. This is probably not that interesting to just sit and watch us fight things, but this gets the job done very well. And then you have the battle group show up, and I gotta actually. Again, main thing, make sure you hit from the side. I gotta get my loot, and then we'll back out of here. Spin that ship. Spin it. Woo. That is the event for this weekend, besides the Phoenix lockboxes, which I cannot show you because I already completed them. We'll do a Starbase Defense and maybe a Borg disconnect. Because I need fleet marks, and I need them bad. Now, this Dreadnought is not set up. None of my engineer stuff is. So, just keep that in mind when you judge my ship. Because I know unconsciously, or you can even say consciously, I tend to judge every once in a while when it comes to how people are playing. Cute for that. And that. But it means no disrespect. It means that I want to get to know you, and I want to learn how you are doing it and why you were doing it. Because one thing, I stated this way too many times before, and Star Trek Online like streams. Too many people run DPS, not enough people run tank. And if you run a good tank where you can keep that threatening stance up, and you can have your threat generator, like, oh god, what is that called? Attract fire, that's what it's called. If you can keep doing those and keep getting shot while your DPS can come in and fight stuff, it'll make your instances a lot easier. Especially when it comes to bosses. Like, when it comes to bosses, that would probably save a lot of your DPS troubles. Boop. Boop. We're going right over here. Now, granted, my tank doesn't do a lot of damage, but he can take a lot of damage. Actually, I should go further. Right about here. Now, if this starts out like it normally does, I'll be broadside ready for anything that comes in. I'll have my attack ships ready to go. Okay, only one of them came in, but, you know, hey. It did start differently, that's funny. But we took out the one that did come in, and I am very happy about that. Now, this is not my starbase, because this starbase is actually, I think, a rank 2. But you do get the idea what you're doing this. You guys seen this many of times if you've seen my streams. This one and Borg Disconnector, my two favorite things to play. Why? Because they're the simplest. If I have people that haven't done any instances before and have trouble playing any manner of mission by themselves, this is a good one to bring them in. Just like how this one is a good one to bring them in for if you want to see how people play. And you can even do it with low-level ships or characters as well. I see I thought I saw a tier 2 or 3 ship. I thought, but I could be wrong. Oh, the Pepper. I think it's the Pepper. You're not shooting that station. Yeah, it's the Pepper. That's Sulu's ship. Also known as Enterprise B. At least it looks like it. It's tiny. Please state the nature of your medical emergency. Everybody come to me! Come get hit and shot and everything else. That's another thing. That tractor beam thing works amazing on tank ships. You want to keep people near you? Drop that thing down. Start pulling people towards you and away from your DPS people. Granted, yeah, that is the what do you call them? A lockbox item, but you are able to buy it on the exchange. So. Yeah. I gotta start attacking stuff on this side because nobody's over here. Activate that there we go, they're shooting at me now. Which is a good thing. Yes. Fight me with all your might. I have no problem with this. And you just saw the greatness of threatening stance. Got that stuff done. Now we can come to this other side. And I tend to keep dropping that on the station. That way if anybody's coming around, they can sit on top of the station. Now we're just going to sit here. And I want to do that on top of everybody. Drop this down. Keep getting shot at. That's all I care about, is getting shot at. Yeah, I need to have more threat than everybody else. That is very important when it comes to this tank game. So that threatening stance is something that has to be activated. Don't worry, I'm still fine. Punk, you got out of range. What the crap? Bam, look at that. There's just Federation Starbase. Or, yeah, Starbase Alert. With my engineer. You guys haven't seen him in action in a while. We're going to switch over to the science guy next. After I turn in these marks to complete some fleet projects, hopefully. Main thing is I wanted to show this ship with all of its glory when it comes to my fighters. Now, I don't know the DPS difference between the attack ships and the actual... Oh. Those are going down. The lithium is needed. Don't have that much. Lithium. Fleet marks. Fleet marks. Oh, yeah, I don't know the difference between this ship, or the attack ships, and the fighters, like the DPS difference. I assume the attack ships have more DPS than others. Hey, look at that. Okay, I gotta do something before I do all that. We're gonna upgrade our science to tier 1 finally, and once I get that finished off, that'll unlock Science Boost 1, Science, or Optional Assist Science 1, Advanced Fleet Shield, or Personal Shields, Transwarp Conduit 1, And then we're working on Tier 2. I've been doing a little bit more engineering so we can get that going. We already got Tier 2 almost finished on military. And we're about a fourth of the way through in Tier 1 Starbase. But the thing I gotta look at is this. Which, you guys saw me do this in another video. But I was doing this on my science officer. Only if I can turn the pages. I'm going to do the same thing for the engineer. Alright. We're going to write down these names. So number 1, Roe Tabane. You might be asking why I keep track of who I have. Well, duty officers are all about your bonuses that you do with different abilities. Not even going to try to pronounce that name. Ming Calp is the end of it. That's all I know. Stogan. Ari? Eveline? And then last, Tyria Nico. Yeah, I'm not even going to try that. Hannelore or something. Hannelore. Tyra. That would help if I actually write the letters in order. Nico. And then you go back out and you go up the ground and do the same thing. And that Neil duty officer that I have equipped on both characters was a giveaway at one point for some thing. I don't remember exactly, but right. Getting down to the end of the page, so it's actually rather hard to write right now because I'm left-handed. I'm so happy I didn't turn that guy in. Mr. Anderson. Elam. There we go. I have my list now. And just to show you guys, you probably can't see it because of the light being on. I'll take a picture with my phone later, and I will post it on my Facebook page. Now, each of these guys, Elim, Brian, Gespa, those three have a chance to beam down additional items that I call in. So that's a turret, that's a drone, that's a mortar. This one reduces the time of combat supply to recharge, and I get bonus damage to board. So, and here it's reduced rechargeability, bridge officer abilities, when auxiliary to emergency battery is used. Chance to improve or temporarily improve your ship's weapons, systems, engines, and auxiliary power on use to emergency power or emergency power ability. 20% chance with plus 15. This one reduces all emergency power to subsystem ability recharges by 25% chance by 30%. And again, reduces all bridge officer abilities when using auxiliary to emergency battery. 4% by 4% after activating that auxiliary to battery. And this one, whenever it reduces engineering team by 6 seconds, and buff to starship hull repair when engineering team or when it's used. So it's, and you can change that just by looking at different things. We're gonna come down here to fleet holding, and I'm gonna finish or get this one. Because this is rather important to finish up. And this is actually, as well, me being quiet and making sure I don't do something wrong. There's that. Don't need to do that. That's the lithium. Engineering. Yeah, those are the two that I use, so there you go. That is my science guy. I'm an engineering guy. Let's switch over to science. Close my notebook up. And then we will do one more instance with the science guy. Show you just the difference between them, since normally you see one or the other, not both of them together. Bum, 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 ba-dum. Now, I will state with the USS Discovery, there is not a different bridge for that ship. That ship, you get to pick what bridge you use, just like the normal, everyday ships in the game. So, mine currently has the original series layout on it. Now, the one thing I didn't show you so far, when picking your ships and everything, you have the ability... I'm going to actually queue up for the Alachi event again. You have the ability... Let's see how loud this is. Oh, ain't that bad. Okay. You have the ability to... Well, I forgot even what I was talking about. But pick any ship. And mine is the original Enterprise ship, like you saw earlier. Yes, I know. Timeline's all secure. Gotcha. Actually gotta come over here. Get out of the music area. And get some peace and quiet. Because I got a mission to do down here as soon as I'm done streaming. Because I just want to sit back and relax. Eventually tonight I might try to stream some Division or Overwatch or something from either the Uplay or Battle.net, whatever, apps or whatever they're called. Just because I want to see how well those games work with the new computer. Because again, we've streamed almost an hour and a half and we're still only using under 10%. We're at like 9%. And it's going from 6 to 9. Just having that, like, oh, I'm so happy. And you can't hear the computer. I'm going to take my headphones off. You can barely hear the computer very quietly. There is technically 5 fans in there. I think 1 on the back, 2 or 3 on the top, 1 on the CPU, and there's another one in there somewhere. The case itself has 4 built-in fans. I myself have 4 hard drives in it. We have my video card from the last computer, and we are ready to go. And then what else is in there? We have a 3.0 USB card in there, 2 8 gig sticks of RAM, and only thing I need to put in there is my CD drive or DVD drive, which Mr. Maynard says I should buy a new one, which I'm probably going to do that. It's just I need to get my other DVD drive back from him so I can put it in my old tower, and then the old tower gets turned into a MAME arcade cabinet, and it has hopefully the ability to play some older games for when people want to come over and just chill. Because I might end up having that set up to be something that I install like X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter on and set it up on the little TV right next to me and be like, yo, let's do this. And then you just see joysticks and keyboards get pulled out. Oh, hey, look, another discovery. Let's do this, Mako. The Amsterdam. Alright, you're doing that one. Oh, well, I can't go up that high. Come back down above everything. Epilepsy beam. I don't even know where, okay. Like, I don't even know where I'm shooting at, but I'm just shooting. And the reason why I call that the epilepsy beam is because if you're sitting right next to it, it's just a flash. And yeah, it's just amazing. Turn the game down just a tad bit more. And I guess I gotta come in here and help out. And the science ship is all about keeping your front-facing enemy ships so you can fire off as many science abilities as possible. But at the same time, you have to rotate and fire your torpedoes off as much as you can. Now, I'm going to be doing the same thing I did with my engineer, just I'm not sitting still. I want to be going between like the left and right side and help out whatever way I have to when it comes to these ships. Try to keep them from doing any real damage. And there goes the epilepsy. The more exotic damage I do, the better off my healing or my hull goes, because I'll get bonus health with each exotic damage that I deal. Oh, that's the butt side. I'm trying to get up here to fire off my tractor beam if need be. Gotta not forget to rebalance my shields. That's an important thing to do when you're not playing as your tank. That way you don't die. Now I go up. And we just fire away. It looks like we're doing pretty good on damage-wise. Looks like everybody. Oh, hey, look, another galaxy. I do like seeing like actual next-gen ships being flown instead of random stuff. Like, I like the Discovery. I just want, like, I wanted the ability with it because you see that teleportation. Same thing with the console. But since I started flying, I'm like, oh my god, I fell in love with this ship. Somebody died, no. I will avenge you. It's that time for it. Ooh! Bring everybody to me. I teleported to safety. Fire my stuff. And I didn't realize we're on the battle group already. There we go. We got support craft. I want to just activate that with this. Teleport! Well, there you go. That is, again, the Alachi event with the good old science, and then you got to see in the beginning engineer. Don't forget to check out the links below the video. If you're on Twitch, you will see a YouTube link. If you're on YouTube, you'll see a Twitch link. Both will have Facebook and Twitter. Both will have YouTube donations as well as the Patreon, which, if you guys want to support, thank you very much. I don't want you hurting yourself financially to support me. So do it as only you can afford to. So have a nice night, and don't forget to come check me out Monday through Friday, usually around 8 p.m. If anything comes up, I will let you know on my Facebook page. Peace out, everybody. Thank you for being here tonight.